Oh man, Kat's funeral took forever. I was waiting for it to be done, just looking at my watch counting down until it was over. But I guess this is all done. You can just pack up your bags and finally leave, huh, Brenda? Now that Dad is dead, you no longer have a right to be living here anymore.
Wait, what? Where is all this coming from?
Just take what you can carry and get out. I won't give you forever to collect all your stuff, and don't think for a second that you can touch any of Dad's things before you go.
Wait, Catherine, I don't understand what this is all about. I mean, you want me to move out? I don't understand what this is about. I thought you and I were going to live in the house that your dad left us.
Really? You really thought that I would ever allow something like that to happen?
I don't get where all of this is coming from all of a sudden.
I mean, you are not going to see a single cent of anything that my dad left me after he died. And if you thought that just because you were married to him means that you get to keep living in this house, you are sadly mistaken. I know that the only reason you married him anyways was to try and get his money. But I'm not going to let you get away with your evil plan to steal what's rightfully mine.
Catherine, how many times have we had the same conversation already? I already told you that I did not marry your father for his money at all. I mean, we've been living together for over a decade now. Why don't you believe me when I say this to you?
How could I ever believe someone like you, huh? I know that you tried to weed your way into my dad's heart, just that so you could try and have control of his wallet. It's obvious that you know my dad owns his own company, and that's why you got with him. I could never trust someone like you.
That isn't true. I fell in love with your father and he loved me. That's why we got married. I saw how much he cared for your late mother when we spoke about her, and to watch him try so hard to raise you while running his business. Well, I knew that that was a man that I could love and trust for the rest of my life. It is true that your father is a rich and successful man, but I wasn't thinking about any of that when I married him.
Okay then, if you really mean that, then why don't you give up any rights to inherit from my dad then? I mean, if you really weren't after his money, then that shouldn't be a problem, right?
You can't be serious about that, right?
Of course I am. I'm the only one of us who is related to him by blood. If you think I'm going to let some outsider like you to try claim part of this, you've got another thing coming.
Okay, then let me ask you this. If I do that, if I declare that I don't want to inherit anything from your father, will that satisfy you? Will it finally convince you that I didn't marry your dad for his money?
Quit wasting my time with all these stupid questions and just say that you don't want any part of Dad's will. In fact, I bet you're glad he's dead. Now you can finally cash in on his inheritance and live a free life. Or rather, you would have been able to if it weren't for me.
Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. Fine then, I renounce my claim to anything your father might have left in his will. Happy?
That's all I wanted to hear. Now you better get started packing, because I want you out of this house as soon as possible.
I just hope by doing this, you finally realize that I was never interested in your father for his money. Goodbye, Catherine.
Brenda, I just wanted to say that I thought you did really well at the funeral yesterday. I know that you must have a lot on your mind, but I wanted you to know that I think you're doing great so far.
Oh, Samantha, thank you so much for worrying about me like this. It just feels like I had so much on my plate and to get done before the funeral. So I just wanted to thank you for all the help you gave me holding it. It already feels like a weight's been taken off my shoulders now that it's past me.
Of course. It really did feel like this just happened out of the blue. I still don't understand how my boy could do that. Just die before his dear old mom.
Can't imagine how you feel, Samantha. Even now when I think about that, I just remember that Eric was working hard as usual. Although I remember that he was complaining about having these headaches for a while, maybe if we had tried to go to the doctor about them earlier, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, There is no point in blaming yourself for any of this at this point. All we can do is look forward now. But I know that you did and would have done anything to be there for my son. So please don't blame yourself for anything, Brenda.
Samantha, I just wanted to say how grateful I am to have you as a mother-in-law.
I doubt he would even listen to you if you suggested he go to the doctor. You know how he could get, also so wrapped up in work and projects. To think that he would die while taking a nap at his desk while working. Maybe it's fitting.
I can't help but think that way sometimes too. If I'm being honest, he looked so peaceful when I found him.
By the way, Brenda, I wanted to talk to you about something if it's not too soon. I was wondering if you would be opposed to me moving in with you with your house.
Oh, do you mean it? You really want me to come live with us?
Well, I just imagine that living in that house just the two of you has got to be a bit lonely, right? And especially since Catherine is going to be graduating and looking for a job soon, I'm sure she'll be wanting to move out. I just thought that you might like it.
Thank you so much for the generous offer, Samantha. I really do appreciate it. But I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to turn you down. You see, the thing is, I'm actually about to move out of this house myself.
Wait, you are? But why? Don't you think that this place is just a little too big for Catherine to be living all by herself?
I think that Catherine doesn't want to live with me at all, actually. In fact, it's less that I'm leaving and more like I'm being thrown out of the house.
Catherine is throwing you out of the house? Hold on a second. I don't understand. Did something happen? I mean, the funeral just ended. Why is this happening so suddenly?
I'm not sure. I think that Catherine still seems to think that I only married her dad for his money. She even asked me to renounce my claims to what Eric might have left me and then asked me to leave.
I don't believe it.
I know, I tried to explain to Catherine that she was getting it all wrong, but she just wasn't listening to me one bit. In the end, I just felt like I had no choice but to go along with what she was saying in the hope that it would finally make her listen to me.
You mean that you really renounced your inheritance from Eric? But that isn't fair. You shouldn't have had to do that. I mean, you have just lost your husband too. Doesn't she realize that? You've been by his side for so long, always helping and supporting home. Does Catherine really see no value in that whatsoever?
I'm glad that you've seen me for the wife that I've tried to be for Eric, but I guess Catherine never could.
She probably wouldn't have gotten into that university she's in if you hadn't helped her study and worked on her application together. She was looking at a seriously bleak future before you stepped in and were able to help pull her grades up and turn her around. She isn't even grateful to you for that?
I remember the day that her acceptance letter came in the mail. She opened and announced that she'd achieved it all by herself without help from anyone. I wasn't expecting to take all the credit, but she didn't even thank me once at all for the help that I gave her.
How could she just throw your effort back in your face like that? What's the matter with her?
I think that ever since that day, she's been feeling more and more upset about having me around the house. No matter what I do or how hard I try, I can't see her changing her mind about me. That's why I finally gave up and decided to walk away from what Eric had left me. I think it would do me some good to be on my own for a little while. So please, Samantha, let me have this.
Oh, Brenda, I don't know what to say right now.
Thank you so much for offering to come and keep me company, but I need to take care of myself first.
Hey, Brenda, just what the heck is going on here, huh? I just finished talking to the lawyer handling Dad's estate, and he says that there's practically nothing to even hand out.
You mean that you really didn't know that? Your dad donated most of his estate to charities for education and housing. I mean, even when he was alive, he was always very serious about his charitable work.
I didn't know any of that. You mean to say that Dad was wasting his money giving to people who weren't me? Why would he do something like that? Doesn't he realize that I need the money more than anyone? What was he thinking?
I think that your dad was thinking about all the other children who don't have parents that dote on them like you. I also think that being with me might have moved him, since he seemed to take it much more seriously after we got together.
You mean that this is all your fault? I knew it. I was right this whole time. I knew that you just wanted my dad's money, and that's why you married him.
You know, it's this attitude that you've been having towards me that led to this moment.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
It means that your dad noticed how standoffish you were from me, and it worried him. Obviously, I'm not your biological mother, but he saw the love and effort that I poured into raising you. I think that he saw how I was able to care for a child that wasn't my own, and was inspired to take steps to do something similar for other children. So he called his lawyer and tried to find a way to leave most of his wealth to the worthy causes.
Is that supposed to be some kind of bad joke or something? So then, you're saying that it's all your fault that my dad gave away all of his money. It's your fault that even though I'm his daughter, I'm getting nothing? Why didn't he leave anything for me? Why do these total strangers deserve his money more than I do?
I think that maybe you should be a little more respectful of your father's final wishes. I mean, I think that it's very noble to give away your money to people that you don't know. You should be more respectful for what your dad did.
You think I'm going to praise him for screwing me over like this? I thought that dad was loaded. I thought that when he died, I was finally going to get all of that money. You have it, don't you? You're trying to hide the money from me right now.
What? Do you really think I'm gonna do that?
Of course I do. It's why none of this adds up. It was probably part of your plan to give up your right to his money that you knew it was all going to these charities. I bet you've embezzled his money and now you're going to try and run away with it. That's why you're acting so cool about this.
I really am not doing anything like that at all. I mean, I can't believe that you would even accuse me of something like that.
Oh, shut up, you old hag. I know the truth. You won't fool me. I know that you're hiding my dad's money from me.
I really am doing nothing of the sort.
I can see through your lies. You're not going to fool me. I want you to hand me over that money right this instant. It's my dad's money, and it was all supposed to be mine. I know that you stole it, and I want it right this instant. You aren't going to get away with this. Now, I've had just about enough out of you. What kind of way is that to talk to someone who raised you? Do you have any idea how upsetting it is to see my granddaughter act this way? Granddaughter? What the heck are you talking about? Unless... Don't tell me that I'm talking to Grandma right now. That's right, you are. And you have got a lot to answer for yourself, young lady. You need to shape up and show your mother some respect. Do you hear me? But, Grandma, she isn't even my real mom. That is nonsense. I have Brenda raise you for over a decade with the patience of a saint. If she isn't your mother, then I don't know what is. But to think that despite all the love and care that she's given to you, you turn around and return it all with hate. You've got some serious growing up to do, young lady. Wait, no, Grandma. You don't understand. Please don't get mad at me. I'm only trying to protect Dad's inheritance from being stolen by Brenda. Stolen by her? Have you lost your mind? Besides, I still don't get why you're texting me on Brenda's phone. This doesn't make any sense. I'm texting you on her phone because her and I right now are together. Brenda told me that she needed a little bit of time to herself, but given all that was going on, I knew that she just needed someone who could really be there for her. I was so worried, and as a mother who just lost her son, I felt I could understand Brenda's grief and went to her. You mean that you're really going to buy this whole act, Grandma? You have to see that she's just a gold digger who was only interested in Dad for his money. You have to know that, right? It's obvious that Brenda's whole personality is just an act. You really have no idea what you're talking about at all, Catherine. Brenda is a sweet woman who has done none of what you've accused her of. She has done so much for this family, and all you've done in return is be horrible to her. Well, I'm not going to sit by and watch it happen. What do you mean? What are you going to do? You want to know why I'm so upset right now? Well, I just have one response to you. I am upset because the woman who loved my son with all his heart, the woman who is like a daughter to me, is being relentlessly bullied by you. Grandma, you don't know what you're talking about. Brenda isn't related to you. She's not really your daughter, you know that, right? And now that Dad is dead, there isn't any point in keeping her around. She's just a nuisance now. It doesn't matter if we're related by blood or now. Family runs so much deeper than that. Honestly, how could you even say such awful things? You make me ashamed to have you as a granddaughter. If you really think that being related by blood matters all that much, you still have got a lot of learning to do. But Grandma, that still doesn't change the fact that we are related and you are my grandma. How can you be taking Brenda's side over mine? You're actually wrong about that. You see, I was never your father's biological mother. So your father and I are, by extension, you and I, were never connected through blood. Wait, are you serious? You mean that I was never related to you in the first place? I thought Dad was your son. He was my son, and I am your grandma. But if you're talking about genetics, then no, we are not related. In fact, I learned when I was younger that I would never been able to have children of my own. Really? But I had no clue about that, Grandma. Well, it's true. So your grandpa and I talked, and we decided to adopt the child. And that, of course, was your father. You're kidding me. This is all news to me. I had no idea that Dad was adopted. Well, I didn't really see any reason to ever bring it up. And we know that even though we weren't still related by blood, we could still be a family. But if you really think that being a family is all about blood you have in your veins, then you might as well forget about me as well. And since you and I aren't related, when I die, you won't be getting anything from me. I'll leave everything instead to Brenda. Grandma, you can't be serious. You're not going to leave everything to her, aren't you? I am. And I am sure that my son wouldn't have minded me doing this one bit. In fact, you probably don't even know this, but I actually own a real estate company that I earn huge amounts of money from even now after I've retired. But it's too bad you're not going to see a penny from that. You own a real estate business? Why don't I know any of this? I had no idea you had all this money, Grandma. Please, you have to forgive me. I'll never say anything mean again. Oh, just can it, will you? The only family I have left is Brenda, my daughter-in-law. And someone who would throw her out of her own home is no granddaughter of mine. From this day on, you are nothing to me. Please tell me that you don't really mean it, Grandma. I don't have anything else to say to a spoiled girl who can't even see all the support she's gotten in her life up to now. I never want to see you again, and don't bother coming to my funeral either. Brenda, please, you have to listen to me. I really am so sorry for everything that I did and said to you. Please let me apologize to you in person so that we can make up. I really need you to talk to Grandma for me and get her to let me back into the family. I need you to tell her that I really need money right now.
You need money right now? What for? I would have thought you'd be doing even better than I was. What do you need money for?
Well, yeah, I did have that job, but I quit after just a few months. I wanted to try and start my own business like Dad did. Or rather, I should say that I already started my business.
Wait, really? You really started one?
That's right, but did you really expect anything less from the girl who got herself into one of the best colleges in the state? And if my dad could do it, then I know that I can too. I don't want to be some office drone following orders. I want to be the queen bee giving the orders.
And you thought that you could handle all this working in your own company for just 3 months?
Well, that's the thing. My business is actually about to announce bankruptcy. We're already so deep into the red. That's why I just need a little shot in the arm to keep things going. Then, I know I can turn my business around.
And this is why you wanted your dad's money so badly? I guess the mystery is finally solved.
Brenda, please. I'm being serious. I really need you to talk to Grandma for me. I know that she's loaded and she invests with me. I'll never have to worry about the capital again. You have to do this for me.
Why would I do something for you when we're not even family, though?
Brenda, please don't do this right now.
Well, I'm just repeating what you said. I mean, now that your dad's gone, you and I are nothing to each other, right? After all, I didn't give birth to you and we're not connected by blood, so why would we help you?
Why are you doing this to me? I really need help. Don't you get that?
If you need help, why don't you try working hard and solving your own problems first? You've already chased away the family who would have been happy to help you with this. So now you'll just have to figure this out by yourself.
But I can't do it. Please, I'm so lonely with you and Grandma.
Well, I suppose you should have thought of that before you said what you did. Good luck in the real world, though. After that, Catherine's business only continued to sink lower into debt. Unable to come to either Samantha or I for help, she turned to her father's old business partners for investment. But they were too savvy and knew a bad deal when they saw one. It wasn't long before the company had gone past the point of return and collapsed. As for me, I began spending more time with Samantha, who invited me to her monthly trips abroad that she afforded with the dividends from her company. Because I speak fluent Spanish, she told me that she was paying me for coming along with her as her interpreter, even when we weren't going to a Spanish-speaking country. Either way, I may be widowed, but I'm glad that I have my family to support me.
Hey sis, you know I would have expected you to find a purpose in life for now. But coins? Who owns a whole social media account about their coin collection? Can you elaborate on how that's possibly any fun to you? You're like the exact person that everyone would think about if they were told to imagine an unemployed lowlife.
Seriously, Becky? I don't have time to deal with you.
You don't have time to deal with me? I have a newborn child and take care of her while simultaneously going to work and establishing my career. What do you do with your time? Sleep? Eat? Because last time I checked, you were an unemployed, single, helpless girl who had no future ahead of herself.
Whatever, just get to the point. You didn't contact me just to make fun of me, did you? And just for your information, I'm not unemployed.
What do you mean you're not unemployed? It is something to be ashamed of, but you shouldn't try to hide it from your own sister.
I'm actually not.
Mom already let me know that you never left the house. And even if you do leave the house, it's to collect your little coins, right? How can you tell me you're not unemployed?
You can't just say that I'm unemployed because I do those things. I do work just from home. And that's the lifestyle that I wanted anyways. My company started making their jobs completely online starting this month.
I told you to stop lying, Lisa. And it bugs me how you show off the nothingness with which is your life consists. So I'm gonna have to ask you to stop posting on social media from now on. In fact, I can guarantee you that absolutely no one on the surface of the planet Earth is impressed. So I'm doing you a favor by pointing this out.
Hey Mom, do you have a minute? I was wondering if I could talk about Becky.
Hey Lisa, it's been a while since you last reached out to us. How have you been? What's the matter?
Sorry, I've been really busy lately. I texted you because Becky just texted me and started talking nonsense again. She kept insisting that I was unemployed, even though I repetitively explained that I have a job. Is she okay?
Oh my.
I don't want things between us to get any worse, so could you please explain my circumstances to her so that she'll believe it and quit bothering me?
She's directly reaching out to you now? I can't believe that girl. I've actually been explaining that you aren't unemployed to her as well, but she won't just swallow that pill. She keeps insisting that you must be unemployed and therefore are less valuable of a person to her.
Why would she do that?
It seems like she's been struggling a bit with the baby lately, so she asked me if I could take care of their daughter for a while, but I said that we couldn't because you were working from home. Since I assumed that crying babies and online meetings weren't a great match, and I can't just kick you out of the house. But Becky really didn't take it that well.
Really?
Yes, she kept accusing you of lying about having a job, and that you were just making excuses to stay with us, and we kept trying to tell her that she was wrong, but she just wouldn't listen.
Wow, well, at least I know why she keeps bothering me about not having a job, I guess.
I really did try to make her understand, you know. We've had the same talk over and over again, but she just walks out of the room when I try to defend you.
I know, Mom, thanks. Becky's always been like this anyways. Always as stubborn as a rock, even if she knows that she's actually wrong.
Tell me about it. She's been telling me to come over to her house and take care of her baby. If I can't, open the house for her. And that I'm just taking care of you and stalling for you because you're the favorite child.
What's the issue that she's having with her child anyways?
You know how Becky absolutely loves working. Well, she hasn't been able to commit herself as much as she used to because she needs to take care of her baby. I think she's been getting really stressed about not being able to have that satisfaction.
How does that justify her kicking me out? I mean, I understand that she's going through a lot right now with work and raising a child, but she can't just get after you or me for not taking her place whenever she feels like she wants to commit herself to something else. She should have taken into account that she wouldn't be able to apply herself as much towards work when she decided to have a child.
That's what I've been saying.
She shouldn't have had an affair with a married man in the first place. I mean, the news was all over the neighborhood when everyone found out that the two had a thing going on. I'm sure things would have been a lot better if she had had the help of a husband. But she clearly stated that she would take care of everything by herself when she first got pregnant and pushed us away when we were worried for her. And now she has the audacity to ask for your help?
I can't blame her for that, honey. You don't understand how difficult it is to raise a child until you have one of your own. She probably never expected it to be this demanding of a job.
She should just put aside her pride and say that she needs our help. It's not okay for her to just act like it's part of your responsibility to help her. Ugh, she annoys me so much. And now she's saying all these things about me for no reason?
Please calm down. I know how you feel. But it really does look like she's struggling with balancing everything. And I, as a mother, can't just act like nothing's happening. So me and your father have decided that we're going to go check on her later this month and see how she's doing.
Both you and Dad are being too nice. Becky said that she would do everything on her own, and you should make her live up to those words. Helping her is just going to promote more of this nonsense.
It'll be fine. Don't worry. And I'll try and talk to her about your work again, so that she understands the situation better. Thanks for getting mad at her for us, Lisa. Are you starting to get worried, sis? That your mommy and daddy haven't come home by this time? I mean, who's going to be there to baby you now, right?
They still haven't come back since they left to see you at your house. They're still with you?
Yes, they're still with me. In fact, they'll continue to be with me from now on. Mom and Dad will be living with me at my house from today and on. Therefore, they won't be coming back to that old house that you're in right now.
What do you mean?
Can you pack up their things and send them over? They'll need their things by the end of tomorrow, so make sure to meet that deadline. I'll send my address later.
You wait a minute. What do you mean they're going to live with you from now on? Why would they abandon their whole house out of nowhere to live with you?
Because I said so. Mom and Dad will be officially mine from now on, and they're going to support my work life while helping me raise my child.
What?
I asked them to take care of the baby for the whole day today, and I honestly hadn't seen them look so happy in a long time. Because, let's be honest, do you think that they would really enjoy taking care of their unemployed low-life daughter or their adorable grandchild? So I have decided that it's best for them as well to continue living with me and my baby, instead of with you and your nonsense.
You can't just say that and make them leave.
Even my daughter loves the idea. She's absolutely in love with her grandparents. It's adorable. And I'm sure our parents are happy that they won't have to deal with your unemployed self anymore. It's just better for everyone other than you, for Mom and Dad to move in with us.
So you're going to kidnap them out of nowhere. We all know that you're just trying to make our parents raise your kids for you. Even though all of this is your own fault, and you even said that you would raise the child on your own after you first got pregnant. If you want help, then why don't you just say so instead of shaming me to justify your nonsense? Don't force your issues onto Mom and Dad.
I'm not forcing anything onto them. And you're in no place to be talking about forcing issues onto Mom and Dad. You're already in your 20s, and you're still making them raise you like a baby. You don't have to get so worked up because your source of income is gone now. Just find a job.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not unemployed. Hasn't Mom also explained this to you over and over again?
Shut up! Don't talk back to me. Someone like you who does no good to society doesn't get to talk to me, a valued member of society. Your days of sucking up to Mom and Dad are over. If you still don't want to work, then do it at your own risk. By the way, Mom and Dad are never going to see you again, so don't expect them to come back and save you.
What do you mean?
It seems like Mom and Dad were building up some serious frustration toward you for a while now. I asked them if they wanted to live with me from then and on, and they themselves suggested that they cut any ties with you from now on.
Why on earth would they do that?
What do you not get at this point? It seems like the only realistic choice to me if your daughter isn't willing to get a job and wants to stay at your house and live off of your money. It's just better for everything to make the hard choice of abandoning them. Maybe this way, you'll finally take responsibility for yourself.
Sorry, but you're the one who's going to live alone from now on.
What?
Why don't you try asking Mom and Dad again and listen more closely? I'm sure that you'll hear that they meant you when they were talking about cutting all ties.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm saying that you're misunderstanding what Mom and Dad are saying. I'm sure they said they're going to cut all ties, but they never said with me.
What?
So go ask her who she really means, because it's definitely not me. And they'll tell you that they intend to cut all relations with you.
What? Why would they say that to me? Unlike you, I can actually provide for myself and even help them out, somewhat. There's no point in doing that to me.
But it seems that they've already made up their mind about the idea.
Huh?
Yeah, I got a call from Mom during lunch today. She said that she was going to disown you as your daughter.
Why would she say that?
She also sent me a picture of the atrocious sight of your house. How can you bear to stay sane while living in an environment like that? There wasn't even room to take a step with so much trash on the floor. And I can't believe that you're trying to raise a small child in a house like that.
Shut up! You wouldn't understand how difficult it is to manage to raise a child while working at the same time. I'm doing both at the same time. How could you possibly expect me to clean the house on top of that?
So you have the privilege to treat your own parents like your maids? Because I heard you told your parents you went out of their way to go check on you, to clean the house for you before even saying hi. And when they finished with that, you ordered them to cook for you. and then take care of the baby for you and do the laundry for you, right? I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't become furious after being treated like that?
What?
Mom and Dad were really worried about you at first. I mean, I told them that it was all their own fault so they didn't have to help. But they were too caring to see you struggle on your own, so they wanted to come see you. But guess what you did to their kindness? You didn't even bother to thank them and treated them like your maids. It seemed like Mom and Dad were really sad about how they were treated by you. They told me that their will to help you was completely gone after that. And just an hour ago, I received a text that said that they were cutting all ties with you. They said it would be better off for you to not have anyone to rely on.
You're lying. Mom and Dad would never throw me away like that.
Well, they sent a message to me saying that they would. They also said that you keep making excuses and wouldn't let them leave your house. So I'm going to go over there and pick them up.
What?
You're crazy. Who locks their own parents out of their house like that? Mom and Dad are choosing to live with me in their house.
Stop lying. Why would they leave me and my daughter to be with you? I'm even offering to pay them a monthly allowance if they stay with us. I have a pretty good position at my workplace, so I get paid a lot. I'm offering $2,000 each. Why would they leave?
Because they care more about how they themselves feel about helping you than money. No matter how many dollar bills you stack in front of them, they won't give in because they know that they don't want to help you out anymore.
That makes no sense.
It makes a lot of sense when you think about it, actually. You never truly asked them for help, and you never thanked them when they did offer for help. You just acted like they were some maids of yours. Why would they want to keep helping a person like that?
Shut up. It's still better than taking care of a useless daughter who can't even get a job or even leave the house. What's your annual salary? Because last time I checked, it was zero. I make $80,000 a year. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you're worth more than me. It only makes sense for them to leave their unemployed, useless daughter to move in with their elite daughter and her baby.
No, I think that it makes more sense for them to choose to live with me. I mean, given that the two of us both make a decent amount of money, why would they choose a brat with a twisted personality like you over a mature daughter who pays them monthly and also does chores around the house for them? I mean, I would want to live with the latter if I were them.
Uh-huh? What do you mean both of us make a decent amount of money?
I've been telling you this over and over again. I am employed. I just work from home. And I make a pretty good amount of money from that work.
Uh-huh?
Yeah, and I've been getting promoted every year for the past few years, and I've finally caught up to your salary.
What?
Yeah, I make $80,000 a year while working from home. And I give $2,000 a month to Mom and Dad.
What? You? The lazy sister who couldn't even manage to make a penny? That's impossible.
I guess I've defied the odds. I'm living proof that life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Now I manage a ton of workers who work for me. Do you remember the wife of the guy who you had an affair with? Well, she works for me now too.
What?
Yeah, I heard all about how they got divorced because of you. And that she was struggling to find a new job because she was a stay-at-home wife up until then. So I decided that it was my responsibility to take her under my wing as a victim of my sister's actions.
Wow.
You really were stupid for letting something like that happen. Imagine what the rest of the family members had to go through. But no matter how stupid you were being, we couldn't just leave you because you were family. So Mom and Dad continued to worry about you and what you were doing, and I took part of the responsibility by caring for the wife. But you disregarded all that kindness. You treated me like an unemployed piece of trash, and you treated our parents like slaves when they stepped in to help you. I guess we finally see how much of a hopeless cause you really are.
Wait, I wasn't trying to disregard anyone's care. I was just so caught up with the baby and work. I really do appreciate everyone's help.
I'm gonna go pick up Mom and Dad, so you should say your last goodbyes because you won't be seeing us again.
What?
You said at the beginning of all of this that you would take care of the whole situation on your own. So I hope you can stick with your word because no one's going to help you with anything ever again.
Hey, Lisa. Are you guys still mad at me? Or have you forgiven me?
What do you want?
I'm really on edge right now. I can't take this anymore. I don't want to throw my career out of the window, so I want to focus on work. But it's just so much effort to take care of the baby. Could I please come back to mom and dad's house for a while? I'm sorry about acting like I could handle everything on my own. And I'm sorry for not appreciating your help. I'll apologize for everything I've ever said or done to you guys. So please let me live with you guys.
Sorry, but I have to say no. I'm sure none of us want a stranger living in our home.
What?
Just hire a babysitter if you want to focus on work so badly. You make $80,000 a year, don't you? I'm sure you can manage to hire a babysitter for a few days a week.
Of course not. Do you even know how much it costs to hire a babysitter? It costs a bit over $3,000 a month if I ask them to stay from 9 to 5 every day. Even if I leave her at the preschool, it's going to cost well over $2,000 a month. And the $5,000 a month that I pay for the maid, and my whole salary's gone.
Then I guess you're gonna have to work extra hard, huh? Maybe it's a good idea for you to spend every penny. I'm sure it'll help you focus on your work better if there's no tomorrow if you don't.
Why would I do that? I love working, but I don't want to have $0 in the bank. I want to have fun working and get paid a lot to live a happy life with my baby.
Don't you think everyone in the world wishes for that? But the reality is that you have to pay someone to look after your kids while you're at work. And that fee is going to add up. So you're going to have to sacrifice something in order to manage that.
That's why I'm asking to come back home and live with you all. If I live there, I won't have to pay for a babysitter or a maid. I mean, of course, I'll pay our parents as thanks for helping, but I'm sure it won't reach $80,000 a year.
I'm sure you're right about that.
Look, I'm sorry for all the nonsense that I made you deal with up until now. I'll make sure to show my appreciation, and I'll apologize for everything that I've done. So please let me and my daughter move in with you guys. I swear, you won't regret it. It's going to ruin my whole career if I keep working like this. I'm on the verge of being replaced by a colleague and getting demoted at this pace.
Oh my, it must be very hard for you. Then again, I have nothing to do with that, so why should I care?
What?
What did you expect when you said we were cutting all ties with you? You can't just apologize and act like nothing happened. The real world isn't so kind.
Wait, you can still talk this out?
You're stuck in the situation because of everything you've done to yourself. You're the only person that you can blame for all of this, so good luck getting out of this on your own. Our family doesn't talk to people who spit at us when we try to help them up. See ya. I've never received any type of message from Becky ever since then. I heard that she gave up on receiving promotions and instead decided to focus on raising her child. However, it seems that she's starting to get full of herself again. She's been telling everyone that she'll only accept easy jobs because she's a single mother, and that everyone around her should help her because she has it harder than anyone else. Seems that she's lost appreciation towards her colleagues, the people who are helping her. Again. Seems that there's been a lot of talk around her bosses that she may get fired. But we'll see how things turn out for her. Not that I care.
I have some big news, Nicole. Jasmine is going to get married.
OMG, really? I didn't even know she was dating someone.
Me neither. I'm so surprised. Also, guess what? Her fiancé is the CEO's son of a big company.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? So there is something that I want to ask you. Can you send me $5,000 every month, starting from this month?
Are you serious? Hell no.
Well, can you do something about it? Come on, please. Jasmine is going to be marrying someone rich, so I need to live like them.
What are you talking about? Live like them. Be yourself. You don't need to change.
I'm doing this for her. What if her fiancé finds out that I'm poor? There might be a chance that she will be dumped.
That'll not happen. Plus, you're not poor. I send you $2,000 every month. You should have no problem.
$2,000 is not enough. To be honest, I want more.
Are you for real?
Yes, but you decided to say no. Wow, You are such a terrible daughter.
Mom, I'm doing everything that I can to send you money. I'm sorry, but I can't send you more than $2,000. If you think it's not enough, then why don't you work? You're still young, so I'm pretty sure that you can find somewhere.
Are you kidding me? Do you know what I went through? Your father died in a car accident, leaving me with you two, so I needed to work my ass off to feed both of you. Are you seriously going to make me work again?
I really appreciate you raising us by yourself, but as I said, please understand that I'm doing everything I can to send you money. But you're saying to send you more. Really?
Excuse me?
I started to work right after high school, and I've been sending you money ever since because you told me that you didn't want to work anymore. $2,000 is not enough. Send me more. Are you kidding me?
If you love me, you should have no problem sending me $5,000, you know. How about finding a side job?
What?
Do you have a problem? If you do, then I don't need you in my life anymore. I think you do. So I will cut ties with you. Don't ever contact me or Jasmine, okay?
Wait, what do you mean cut ties?
I don't need a daughter who can send me the amount that I want, so I'm going to ask Jasmine from now on. She's going to be rich and probably will let me join her celebrity lifestyle because she's nice.
I told you that I'll be sending you money, so don't involve her into this.
But you just told me that you can't send me money, so I'm going to ask her.
Wow.
She is going to be rich, so she probably will have no problem with $5,000. Oh my god, what if she sends me $10,000?
2 hours later.
Nicole, I just heard from Mom that you were sending her $2,000 every month. Is this true? I didn't know about this and also the fact that Mom quit her job.
Hi, Jasmine. Oh, Mom called you, huh?
Yeah, I just talked to her. She told me that the $2,000 that you were sending her was from me also. Why didn't you tell me? $2,000 is quite a lot of money.
I know, but I didn't want you to struggle, so... You're very smart, unlike me, so I wanted you to go to college, even though Mom wanted you to work after graduating high school. So I promised her that I'll send her money every month.
Oh, wow. I wish you told me about this earlier so I could have helped you. I was using my salary for whatever I want.
Don't worry about it. I'm the older sister, so I'll deal with Mom.
No, please, let me help. I will send money to Mom from now on.
What?
It's your time to spend your salary on whatever you want. Don't hide anything anymore from me, okay? I have no problem with sending Mom $2,000 from this month, so leave it up to me.
Wait, don't send it to her. She'll say $2,000 at first, but she'll definitely ask for more. Probably end up being a big amount, so ignore her, okay? I don't want you to have a hard time.
See? This is what I don't like about you. You always work too hard to protect me. Do you remember when we were little? Mom took her anger out on us. You were there to protect me, and even moved me secretly next door and took all of Mom's yelling by yourself.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm an adult now, so you don't need to protect me anymore. That's why I will send money to Mom. Don't worry, I have something planned.
What's the plan?
You'll see.
2 weeks later.
Oh, Jasmine is such a wonderful daughter, unlike you. When I asked her to send me $2,000, she said sure, and even told me that $3,000 is okay. It feels nice having a daughter marrying a rich man.
Good to hear, but is it okay for you to receive that much?
What do you mean if it's okay? Of course, it's fine. I don't know what you are worried about, but I sent you a message to tell you the last goodbye.
What?
From now on, I will be relying on Jasmine and her husband, so I don't need you in my life anymore.
Telling me twice means that you're serious, right? But why do you need to cut ties with me, though? Did I do something?
If I become a celebrity, the neighbors will think that I abandoned you and think I'm the bad guy. I bragged to the neighbors that you were the one that wanted to help me and sent me $2,000 every month because I quit my job. If they found out the truth, they will give me the cold shoulder.
Did you seriously tell them that? They don't know that you're the one that asked me.
Yeah, so that's why I don't want to see you, nor want you to come back home.
Excuse me?
Don't worry. If they ask me about you, I will tell them that you married someone and living peacefully somewhere, so everyone will forget about you. If they do, I don't need to worry about anything anymore, so I can live a celebrity life. Am I a genius or what?
Yeah, looks like you only think about yourself.
Thank you for sending me money every month, but I don't need you anymore. I will be a celebrity, so why don't you go somewhere else?
You didn't hear anything from Jasmine?
What do you mean?
A mum of a celebrity, huh? I don't think you can live like how you want to live.
What? Why? Jasmine is going to marry a rich man and be a celebrity.
But don't you need to take care of twins?
Twins?
Yeah, her fiancé's kids.
Wait, what do you mean kids? Jasmine has kids with him already?
No, the kids are from his previous marriage. You seriously didn't hear about this?
Wait, he was married before?
Yes, he divorced once. He got married 5 years ago and divorced 3 years ago. I think it's because his ex had a shopping addiction. When she heard about him getting remarried to Jasmine, she suddenly came and told both of them to take care of the twins.
Are you serious?
Also, he might not be the father, so they did a DNA test and are waiting for the results. Until then, they decided to take care of the twins. So this is when you come into the picture. Looks like they're going to be asking you to take care of them.
Jasmine never told me about this.
Oh, really? Didn't she tell you that she'll be sending you $3,000 every month for babysitting the twins?
What? That's what the $3,000 was for? It wasn't for free?
It's been a while since you raised kids, right? You raised us, so you should be okay. Glad you found a good-paying job. I guess I'll go now. I'll cut ties and never go back home since you said so. Good luck living a celebrity life taking care of twins. An hour later.
Oh my god. Guess what? I just got a call from Mom and she was so pissed off and said that she didn't hear anything about taking care of the twins. But I did tell her. It's her fault because she was too focused on the $3,000.
Wow. What's going to happen though? I don't think that she'll take care of them.
She has to. He's really busy with work and I need to support him, so...
Being rich is not easy and takes a lot of sacrifices. He needs to work hard for the company to keep it stable, right? You really are something to be able to support him.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I learned 4 languages during colleges and I am now doing translation and interpreting.
Wow, I'm so proud of you. So I guess you guys can come home for a while, right?
Yeah, so that's why we got engaged and promised to get married after coming home. But when we happened to come home for a job, his ex showed up and said to take care of his twins without listening to me.
You two have some important jobs to do, plus can't just bring her twins with you overseas, so that really sucks.
Yeah, his parents are also hard workers, so all I had to do was to find a babysitter, which I did. I also decided not to pay Mom $3,000 every month. She needs to earn it.
That really sucks for her.
I wanted to give her a choice of babysitting to earn money, or working on her own. I wonder which one she's going to do.
Either way, I don't think she can tolerate. A month later.
Nicole, please help me. Can you come back home next time you're off?
Why?
I began taking care of the twins because if I don't, I won't be paid $3,000. These 3-year-olds are the devil. They break things, don't listen to me, and even scream. I think I aged 10 years since they came here.
Yeah, I heard that raising twins is very hard, but you earned money, right?
I did, but I have no time spending it. Even though I do, the twins ruin it. I bought a Chanel t-shirt last time because I was stressed, but they stained it on that day, so I had to throw it away. I'm done with this, so can you come help me?
You cut ties with me, plus you told me not to come back, so the answer is no.
What?
So good luck with that. If you have a hard time, why don't you hire a babysitter? You earn $3,000 a month.
Nope. No way. Can you please help me? I will take it back.
I mean, you told me twice, so do you think I can go back? I don't think so.
Then how about sending me money again? It doesn't have to be $2,000. It can be $1,000. I will call Jasmine and tell her that I'm done taking care of the twins and return them to her.
How many times do I need to tell you no? Why do I need to send money to someone who I don't care about?
Please.
No, stop relying on me and earn money by yourself.
Wait, Nicole. I apologize from the bottom of my heart of what I have done to you and said to you as well. So please don't leave me.
You're the one that left me. I'm done with you, so have a nice life. After the incident, I heard from Jasmine that after Mom talked to me, she told her that she couldn't handle the twins anymore, so Jasmine hired an expert babysitter. At the same time, the DNA results came back and turned out that the child's father wasn't the fiancé. So Jasmine will charge the ex-wife babysitting money as soon as she comes home. My mom lost both of her daughters and doesn't have anyone to send her money anymore, so she began working at the supermarket close by. But she gets yelled at every day for making the same mistakes. Also, the neighbors found out that everything she said was a lie, and they're giving her the cold shoulder.
Hi, is this Felix's wife? Nice to meet you. I'm Felix's girlfriend, Lisa. I know you're confused, but can you divorce him?
Excuse me?
I'm asking you nicely. I'm going to be marrying him, so...
Wow, you got some nerve to say something like that.
I'm sorry, but you don't scare me at all. You say that you're his wife, but you're just a housekeeper, right? Stop acting like you're above me. He doesn't even love you.
Housekeeper? Me?
Yes. Seems like he only sees you as a housekeeper. How sad. He said that spending time with me is the best time of his life.
What?
All you do is household chores all day without talking to him, right? Of course he will call you a housekeeper. What he needs is someone who he loves, which is me.
Is this the reason why you're telling me to divorce him? You don't do anything, do you?
What?
I don't know what you heard from him, but he's the one that is making me do the house chores. And when I say something, he tells me to shut up. He also treats me like crap every day, and if I talk back, he won't give me living expenses. I just shake those things off because I love him, so I don't need a bitch like you making fun of me.
Wow. I feel bad for you. He's the total opposite to me. He doesn't love you back.
What did you say?
I mean, is he nice to you? Does he spoil you? If both answer is no, then you guys are done. When are you planning on moving? I'm going to marry your ex-husband, so get the fuck out.
I moved out already, actually.
Great! Don't forget about the divorce papers, okay? As soon as it's finalized, we will turn in our marriage certificate.
Do whatever you want. I've been working hard every day to see if it would change, but I guess not. I'll prepare the divorce papers, so can you wait a few days? The next day.
Mia? I didn't know that you two divorced. A lady who I never seen before came to our house with a cake and said that she will be Felix's new wife. What's happening?
Are you serious? She went to your house?
Yes. When did you two divorce? I called Felix, but he's not picking up. Please tell me what's going on.
Please relax and take a deep breath. The reason why you can't reach Felix is because he's on a business trip in Europe right now. And it's nighttime over there, so he's probably sleeping.
Oh no. I hope I didn't wake him up.
We aren't exactly divorced yet, actually. We will be once he comes back from Europe, and he'll marry the lady who came to your house with the cake.
Wait. I don't understand the most important part. I understand the part that Felix is supposed to be on a business trip in Europe now, but I don't understand the divorce part, and also, what do you mean he's going to marry the lady who came to my house?
Felix was cheating on me with her.
What?
She sent me a message yesterday. It looks like her name is Lisa, and she talked about the cheating and asked me to divorce him.
I can't believe this.
To be honest, he was treating me horribly for a long time ago and made me mentally exhausted, so I was actually glad to divorce him. I'm frustrated at the fact that I'm doing something that they wanted me to do.
I'm so sorry about this.
It's okay, you don't need to apologize. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. Please take care of Lisa from now on.
Nope. Are you serious? I don't want to see both of their faces. By the way, Mia, do you have somewhere to go to after the divorce?
Thank you for caring about me. I do have savings that I saved up when I was single, so I'll find a small apartment and find a job as soon as possible.
Why don't you come live with us? I will definitely look after you until you find a job or find an apartment.
What? No, I feel bad.
It's okay. Plus, you need to file for divorce, right? I will help you with everything. I will make sure that we won't see each other that much in the house, okay? Because I know that you don't want to live at your ex-husband's parents' house.
Are you sure I can stay at your house?
Of course. This is all my son's fault. It's my job to support you.
Thank you very much.
No problem. I will come pick you up now with my husband, so make sure you have everything, okay?
5 days later.
This condo is gorgeous. Being able to work overseas? Wow! I'm so proud of him.
What? You're at our house?
I secretly made a duplicate key, so I came here. I'm surprised that you actually moved.
Yeah, I moved the next day you told me to divorce him.
I guess I will just relax and wait for him to come home. He should be coming home in a few weeks, so I want to surprise him, but me being home will be the biggest surprise, right?
Oh, so that's why you were sneaking in the house without permission, huh?
What do you mean without permission? I will be living here from now on. It's huge, has a great view, and I love all the furniture. It's so perfect that I love him even more.
Sorry to break it to you, but I'm the one that chose all the furniture because he told me he was too lazy to choose.
Forget what I said. Actually, you know what? The more I look at it, the uglier it gets. I will throw it all away and will replace it.
You shouldn't do that, you know. He actually likes all of them, so if you throw it all away, he'll be pissed.
He will never be pissed at me because he loves me. He never complains whenever I ask him to do something.
I see.
Yep, I'm younger and gorgeous than you, so he is into me. He's coming home to this? He's so lucky. I wonder how he will react. Can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait. Wonder how he'll flip out.
Why would he flip out? He is coming home and seeing the person who he loves the most.
Because you are his girlfriend number 3.
What?
You are just a side chick. If he hears that you kicked the wife out, yeah, he'll flip out. Also, try throwing out all the furniture. He'll go apeshit.
Wait, what are you talking about? Girlfriend number 3? Side chick? Stop lying. You're just jealous, right?
I'm not jealous at all. I'm just telling you the truth. I actually did some research on how to file for divorce and alimony after you told me about the cheating, but I also found out that he was cheating with multiple women.
Wait, that's not possible. He only loves me, so there is no way.
I have all the evidence. I'm so glad I had a strong supporter like my mother-in-law. She knew the password for Felix's private laptop.
What private laptop?
The day I moved out, I went into his room to find some evidence that he was cheating. Instead, found a laptop that I'd never seen before. I needed to know the password to log in, which mother-in-law knew. She said that he has been using these mysterious numbers since he was a kid, and that was the password.
You saw everything?
Yes, there's a lot of evidence. Looks like he organized his girlfriends into individual folders. which is very easy to see, so I thank him for that.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Right now he's cheating with 3 people, including you. He even ranked you guys, and you're number 3.
What the? No, that's not possible. He said he loves me and spending time with me is the best time of his life. Can't believe that he is dating someone other than me and me being number 3. Are you kidding me?
If you can't believe me, why don't you ask him about it? He called me and said that since his job's going well, he'd be coming home tomorrow, so why don't you wait there until he comes home? I wonder how he'll react. The next day.
What the hell? As soon as I went to greet him at the entrance, he punched me in the face.
What? He punched you?
Yeah. All I wanted to do was to give him a hug, but he decided to punch me.
Oh, that sucks. Are you okay?
I'm not okay. My face is swollen, and he didn't even apologize. He flipped out on me. My face is a mess right now.
Oh, wow.
The girl who he loves is crying, but he doesn't seem to care. He told me to wash my face, and you were right about me being his side chick. He even yelled at me for sneaking into the house without permission.
He's such an ass, punching a girl in the face and not even saying sorry.
I know, right? I just wanted him to be happy.
I'm sorry to say this, but I want to talk about the alimony and infidelity with you.
What? Alimony?
I'm talking with a lawyer right now, and I'll send it to you and Felix, the papers, from now, so please receive it when it comes.
Wait! Why do I need to also pay? Do you know what I went through?
Oh, you thought that you were gonna marry him, but you found out that you were a side chick and even ranked number 3? Also got punched from the person who you love? Sorry, but it doesn't matter to me. I need to divorce him because of you, so you're also responsible.
Wait, please hold on. I will admit that I cheated, but he betrayed me. He made me think that I was his girlfriend. I was really hurt with this, so there's no reason for me to pay for it.
Do you think that I'm gonna feel sorry for you after what you've done to me?
What?
Anyways, I'll be waiting for your payment. 5 days later.
How is your new apartment, Lisa? Are you settled?
Yes, thank you very much for your support in introducing me to a very nice apartment owner. I was able to live in a beautiful place with a reasonable price.
That's good to hear. Felix sold his condo and came back home, by the way. He was crying that he has no money left, since he was using his savings to pay for his multiple girlfriends.
Yeah, he called me and cried if he could divide the payment.
He doesn't even know that we are contacting each other, so please leave it up all to me, okay? Even though he's dividing the payment, I will make sure that he pays all of it.
Thank you so much. I was told by the lawyer that if I wanted him to pay all at once, I should reduce the amount, but I didn't want to do that, so I appreciate your help.
No problem. Receive the amount that you asked for from him, okay?
Thank you. I truly apologize for everything. You'll end up living with him, right? I'm so sorry about that.
You don't need to apologize. I'm going to make him pay rent and living expenses. I will be doing household chores, so it will be a good allowance for me.
That's so brutal.
Brutal? This is what he needs to do. Anyways, we will be receiving $1,000 from him every month, so we don't need to live off with old age pension anymore.
Good to hear that, though. That's a good amount of money.
Yes, so don't worry about us, okay? We are so sorry about Felix. I hope you enjoy your life from now on. If you need anything, we will be there for you.
Thank you. A week later.
Please, I will apologize as many times as you want, so can you please call off my alimony?
I told you many times that I don't care. I won't cancel it for some stupid reason like you weren't his real girlfriend or something.
I don't have any money now. I want to pay you, but I can't.
Oh, is that so?
I quit my job the day I sneaked into his condo because I thought that I was going to marry him. I even went on a shopping spree the night before because it was the last night being single and ended up using all of my savings.
I was about to feel sorry for you, but when you said about the shopping spree, I don't feel sorry for you anymore.
No, please. I'm sorry. Felix dumped me after that incident, plus he blocked me. Are you seriously going to make me pay?
Be honest, I was mentally exhausted because of you, but seems like you lost everything, so maybe you don't need to pay for it.
Right?
You think I was serious?
What?
You never experienced what it's like to be cheated on from someone you love and being told to get divorced, right? It's embarrassing, frustrating, and sad.
Please, I'm so sorry. I will do whatever you want me to do.
An apology from a dumb whore like you means nothing to me, so I'll be waiting for your payment, okay? Good luck with that! After the incident, Lisa got help from her parents and friends and was able to pay the alimony. But a few days later, she posted messages on social media like, "I didn't expect this to happen and I can't even sleep, help me." But she probably just wants attention. Felix's girlfriend cut all ties with him, and now he lives with his parents under strict rules. He's only allowed outside to go to his job, so he needs to come home immediately after work. His parents receive about 1.5 grand from him every month, but says that they deserve more for what he's done. I started to work part-time even though I have savings and a good amount of payment from both of them because I was worried about the future. It's been a long time since I've worked, but I'll do my best.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Faye, why the heck has this happened? You've really gone and messed up Mom's flower bed now. What? I was only asking you to go out and take care of all the weeds in her flower bed, okay? But tell me, why the heck did you start to yank out all of her very precious flowers from out of there? They were all going to bloom their very best this year, and you ruined all of them. My mom has been the one putting her back into making sure all those flowers would be perfect. Wait a second. Didn't you tell me to go out and pull all the weeds in her flower bed? That's why I went ahead and pulled everything you said to be pulled. Huh? Are you going to blame your failures on your own sister-in-law now? Well, this was my first time ever being asked by you to help you with the garden. So you can't get upset with me for not knowing what is what. And up until today, you had been asking me over and over again, day after day, to help you with your mom's flower bed. So this is all a little bit strange that you're doubling back on what you told me to do before. To be honest, I thought the garden was looking perfectly fine from what you'd done to it, so I was a bit confused as to why you wanted me to pull more plants from it. But I wasn't going to question you because I assumed you knew what you were doing. Well, I never asked you to pull all her flowers, too. You don't even have proof of me saying that to you, so stop trying to blame me. What? Do you have proof of me saying something like that to you before? Did you have a video or something taken of the whole situation that you can use as evidence of what you're claiming? Even a recording of me telling you to pull all those plants? You have nothing, yet you're going to sit there blaming me over what you screwed up? You're the only one that seems to want to blame me for only following through with what you asked me. Now, this isn't even the first time you've started to claim I'm the liar in things. Faye, you are such a useless frickin' woman, aren't you? That kombucha Mom had been spending years making into the perfect drink, you threw out. And just last month, you threw away some of Mom's favorite clothing and shoes, right? And that was all done because you asked me to do so. You told me that the kombucha was way too old and that it had mold growing all inside it, and that's why you wanted it gone. And when it came to the clothing and shoes, you said you wanted to declutter her closet, and those were the things you wanted me to toss. And do you have evidence of me telling you to do all those things? You did all of that without me asking you, didn't you? Are you kidding me? You are totally screwed now, Faye. You're supposed to be a good wife to my brother and his family, but all you do is show your hate for our mom. You should have been getting along really well with my mom by now, but instead you totally hate her. I bet that after all this, she's going to tear you a new one. What? And not only will my mom be on you about all that's happened, but so will my brother. I mean, you've been hating on your own mother-in-law and then blaming your sister-in-law for all the terrible things you've done. He's going to find out just how toxic of a wife you are and will probably ask to divorce you. You'd better get started on getting your bags together and then get ready for him to kick you out of the house. Faye, I'd like to talk with you about what happened to the flower bed. Do you have time to talk with me? I am so sorry about what happened today. No matter how it happened, I was the one that pulled all those flowers out. I'll pay for you to get all brand new flowers the next time you go out. You don't have to worry about any of that, all right? We both know that this is all Monica's fault, right? I already know all the details, so you don't have to pay for me to get anything new. What? Monica asked for you to go out and take care of all the plants in that flower bed, right? And she specifically asked for you to clean out the flower bed with my most important flowers, right? Well, listen, Faye, I heard all that conversation through my window. You were around there? I heard that you'd gone out with some of your friends for the day. When I was about to leave the house, my friends told me that they'd be a little late, so I didn't have to go just yet. That's why, at the time, I was still in the house waiting on them to get back with me. And while waiting, I was in the room playing with the cats. Is that right? That's why I was able to hear your guys' conversation through the window. I even heard her saying very rude things to you as well. So don't worry, I'm not upset with you at all. But it is a fact that your most important flowers are all gone now. I'm so sorry about that. It's all fine. It's really all fine. I actually wanted for that flower bed to be cleaned out so that I could plant some new ones. So that's why, when I overheard what she'd asked of you, I didn't come out and stop you. If anything, you helped me out a ton by doing that. Next time, allow me to take you out to eat as a thank you. No, you don't have to. Oh, calm down now. I'd really love to take you out. And I mean to do it as an apology as well. To think that my precious daughter-in-law is being picked on that badly by my daughter? She must be so jealous of you being around her brother so much now that she thinks she can get away with what she's done. I'm really sorry for everything Monica's been doing to you. Has Monica always acted like this? I heard that she's always been really close to her brother for the longest time now, but I didn't think she'd be this bad. The two of them are a bit distant in age, and that might be why she loves him so much. She's even at the age now where she's saying the only men she wants in her life have to be like her brother. She wants them to be like her brother? I was really hoping when she got to this age she'd find someone who'd take her eyes off her own brother, but that time has still not come. I think from now on you should stop coming over to our house to be around her and I. Go ahead and stay back at your place and take some time to enjoy not having her around you. I'd really like to warn her to stop acting like such a toxic mess, but I'm not sure that would help the situation at this moment. Thank you so much for thinking about me, Gina. So while you're away from my house for a while, let's go out once or twice a week for coffee or something. Actually, I've really had an itch to go out to some fancier cafes in town. But at most of those places, all the people that go are really young, and I feel a little self-conscious about someone my age going in there. If I have someone young like you with me, then I'll be a bit more confident. If that's what you want to do, then let's go. I actually really love going to cafes myself. Oh, is that so? Then let's go out the next time you have some time and find a fancy cafe. And as a sorry for my daughter's actions, I'll be the one treating you. Hey, Faye, you can't just run away from me, you freak. Huh? Recently, you haven't been coming over to this house at all, have you? I have a lot of things that I want to ask you to come and do, yet you always have had a reason to say no to me. Well, you asking me to come over and help you out is just you wanting to do more awful things to me, right? I'm not going to allow you to do that stuff to me anymore. Stop messing around. You should just shut the hell up and let me pick on you like a good sister-in-law. After all, you got married to my most favorite man in the world, so you deserve to live with a little bit of harm caused to you. Huh? Yet instead of being picked on all the time, you've been going out with my mom for tea and coffee, right? All while you keep telling me you're too busy to come help me. I'm tired of you leaving me out of everything like that, you idiot. And your mom is the one that told me that when we go out for coffee, just the two of us is fine. If you happen to have any complaints about that, then go to your mom about it. Crap! What the hell has all of my work been for? I have worked so hard to get you and my mom to hate each other, and yet here you both are going out with one another still. And I've heard this from her as well. You and my brother are still proceeding with the plans to have that wedding? It pisses me off that you and my mom are getting along so well. Well, it just so happens that her and I think a lot alike. She's even been willing to help me with things like decorations for the wedding and what kind of dress I should wear. She really seems to like all the things I do, and that's why I've kind of let her run wild with the preparations for the wedding. That's about half of what we talk about now when we get together. No matter how close you become to my mom, I am not going to allow it. And you having a wedding with my brother is definitely not happening. Are you saying that you're against your brother and I having that wedding? Of course I am. Even now, I hate the fact that he even decided to marry you in the first place. But now you both want to have a wedding? I do not want my brother being loved by everyone in front of me. You have to understand how much this all hurts me, right? So hurry up and cancel your plans for that whole disgusting event. Really? If you don't cancel that wedding, I'll do everything in my power to stop it myself. And just because you have my mom's love now doesn't mean you can use her as a way of stopping me either. See what happens? That wedding dress you had all ready for tomorrow is now nothing more than dangling scraps of fabric. I tore it all up into little pieces and threw it in the trash. Now you have no choice but to cancel the wedding tomorrow. What? What are you talking about? What did you just say to me, Monica? I went into your room and took that dress of yours and destroyed it. I heard my brother talking with you on the phone a little while back, and that's where I learned about where you were keeping your dress for the wedding. So all I had to do was get that key to your place from my brother and make my way inside to ruin that dress. I made sure to do it while you were out of the house, and bam! That means you just committed breaking and entering. And the fact that you waited for me to be out of the house? Have you been waiting in front of my place all day long? I have. That's why I woke up this morning around 4 a.m. and then waited outside all day. And when I saw you come running out of there and locking your door behind you, I sprung into action. It's all said and done now, though, as your dress is completely ruined. This is all... I can't even comprehend things you're saying anymore. I didn't think things would get this bad. Huh? The reason all this got so bad was because of you, Faye. You deserve every bit of it, and I hope you know that. I told you way before to cancel the wedding you wanted to have with my brother, right? But you totally ignored what I'd asked and continued to work on the plans for your wedding. That's why all of this is happening to you now, you freaking idiot. And so that's why your stupid-looking dress is all torn up in the trash now. Now you have no other choice but to cancel that wedding. That dress was your mom's. Huh? I had that dress all put together for her as a surprise. Hearing that you've gone and tore it all up and thrown it out, what am I going to do? Wait a second. Hold on. What do you mean that was my mom's dress? That was your wedding dress in there, right? And that's where you're wrong, Monica. That dress that was in my place was the dress we put together for your mom to wear tomorrow. She's been married for 40 years now, and tomorrow was going to be your brother and my way of celebrating that with her. What? A way of celebrating her? When I was having coffee with her one time, she told me all about it. She told me that she's been married for almost 40 years now and never actually had a wedding. Your mom happened to have your brother just after getting married, and so your parents never had the time to have a wedding after their marriage. I've heard about something like that from her. But how does that have anything to do with your wedding also being about celebrating her marriage? Well, she had been working with us to plan it all out, right? And while doing so, she seemed to want to wear a wedding dress herself since she never had the chance to. We heard that she wanted to have some pictures taken with your dad during our wedding to sort of have that feel of being at her own wedding. So when we heard all of that, your brother and I wanted to make the day special for her. And after talking with your brother about it for a bit, we decided we'd have a surprise ready for her. And this year is her 40th anniversary to your dad, right? What? Your mom was so happy to hear that we had things planned out for her and your dad. But she let us know that she was now too old for anything fancy, so she just wanted us to prepare a cheap dress for her. However, we wanted her to feel special about her day, and that's why we went through all these lengths to get her an amazing and expensive dress. Actually, I happen to be really good at working with clothing, so that dress was in part made by me. I had finally finished all the improvements I wanted to make on it and planned to surprise her with it tomorrow. But now you've told me you've ruined that whole dress and tossed it. No. I didn't know anything about that. About you and planning on making the wedding about Mom and Dad as well. I didn't know that. I didn't even know you knew how to sew. That's not going to make for a good enough excuse now. First, you need to apologize to me. Not only did you break into my house, but you ruined the dress I worked so hard on improving. So stop it with any excuses and apologize. Shut up. It's your fault for making me think that was your dress. Huh? Now you listen here. If you had planned on making your wedding about my mom and dad as well to celebrate their marriage, then you tell me about that as well. Something like that should be handled by all my parents' children. Yet you both took it upon yourselves to do all of that for them and never telling me a thing. It's because you do such terrible things like that that the dress was ruined. And I told Faye not to tell you a dang thing, Monica. I didn't even want you to be a part of this, so quit your whining and apologize. Is that you, Mom? I cannot believe you're my kid. It's the day before their wedding and you've gone and committed a crime? And you expected them to come tell you about all of this? If they had, your only reaction would be telling them to leave me alone and cancel their wedding. That's why I asked your brother and Faye not to tell you anything, because you would have ruined it for all of us, like you've done just now. I wanted that to be a surprise from the newlyweds on their day of celebration. Wait a minute, Mom. Why are you, of all people, using Faye's phone to talk to me? Because I'm with her right now getting coffee. She asked me to come out with her so that we could talk about the wedding one last time before it happens. Her husband is at work all day today, so she wanted to run through all the plans with me instead. So we talked about all that for a bit and have since then been relaxing and drinking coffee together. You guys are together today as well? We were so happy to try this new cafe and you've come and ruined it all for us. And hearing that you went and ruined that whole dress Faye worked so hard on as a surprise for me, how are you going to take responsibility for this one, Monica? You can ask me that all you want, but I don't care. I just happened to make a small mistake is all. And you said you were too old for expensive dresses, right? That's right. Hence why we bought one worth around $5 online. But Faye has been working so hard on that dress, making it look as though it's worth thousands. I've been looking forward for so long now to see how amazing the dress would look when she was done with it. $5? I can pay you that all right now. So stop getting so upset with me, Mom. Just have Faye get another dress for you and work on sewing it up all over again. Have her get another dress for me and do it all again? You have no idea what you're talking about, do you? Do you not have an ounce of knowledge in your head about how frickin' difficult it is to sew up a dress to make it look as though it's worth thousands of dollars? I will not allow my own daughter to say such thoughtless and rude things like that again. Faye worked so hard on that dress to make sure it'd be ready in time for me, and still look leagues better than when we bought it. There is not another woman in this world as nice as her who'd be willing to do such a hard task. And here you are hurting that perfect woman. I want you to know that I'll never forgive you for what you did today, you brain-dead child. Brain-dead child? I've already talked to you about this before. I understand that you really like your brother a lot, but that you need to quit it with being so jealous. As his little sister, the best way to show how much you love your brother is to celebrate his marriage to his wife. I told you about that before, right? And you replied by saying you were shocked, but would be willing to celebrate with the rest of us. Well, what the hell was all this about then? You lied to me about being a good little sister and hurt your brother's wife's feelings. We don't need liars like you who find joy in ruining family events in our family. I don't even want to see your face anymore, so don't even bother coming back home ever again. You don't want me coming back home? Wait, Mom! You should be happy to see that your cute little daughter is so jealous of your son. I do think I messed up by making a mistake and ruining your wedding dress for tomorrow, but come on, Mom, I'm still your cute baby girl. You can't kick me out of the house for something as simple as this. Something as simple as this? Is that what you've just said to me? Well, what about you having Faye pull all my flowers out of that flower bed? And what about you asking her to throw away my kombucha? And what about all my clothes and shoes you had her throw out? Listen here, you. I know about everything you've had Faye do, and about how you blamed everything on her for it. That's all a part of why I want you gone, and I'm going to make sure you never come back to me. Why do you know about all of that? This must mean that Faye went and told you, didn't she? That witch needs to learn her place as my brother's wife. She has no right trying to become good friends with you, Mom. Enough! Mom, everything she told you about is all a lie to get you to try and be upset with me. She doesn't even have evidence of me asking her to do all of those things for me, right? That witch just hates you and wants to try and throw me under the bus for it all. I have evidence. She just didn't want to say anything to you about it. I've had a camera up in both the living room and out back by the garden. What? Cameras? Recently, things like that have really taken off on YouTube, where people record their everyday lives and will upload them for some views. So I did just that and put cameras up all over the house. And not just cameras, but microphones too, so that I can also catch good audio. You were able to catch everything on those? I was. Every single word and action. All of the actions you took against your sister-in-law, Monica. This has to be a joke. The dress that Faye is planning to wear for her wedding is a simple rental. So it was never going to be at her house before the wedding, and she'll have that wedding tomorrow. But you are not allowed to come to that wedding, and we'll make sure security knows that. You can spend the whole day cleaning up all your things at the house and leaving before we get home. It's all your fault, and now I'm getting kicked out of the house because of you. And I won't even be able to come to the wedding today to see my brother in his fancy tuxedo. Why did you do this to me? I don't know. Maybe you deserve to have all this happen to you? What? What is that attitude? You have no right talking to your sister-in-law like that. Well, starting today, I am going to talk to you like this because that's how people have to talk to children that act out. I wanted to become good friends with you since you're my sister-in-law, but I can see that you're not old enough yet to understand that. So starting today, I'm going to react to you the way you've been acting towards me in order to give you a taste of your own medicine. And just because you got to have your wedding today, it doesn't mean you can start acting all tough. I am not going to let you get away with this. So you'd better be prepared for what comes next.
Oh, so scary. Well then, I guess you'll never be able to see me or Faye ever again. You will never get to see your brother that you love so much ever again. So good luck dealing with that one.
What?
I heard all about you from Mom. You have been trying so hard to do things behind my back to make you seem like a little angel, and my wife like a demon. Faye never talked to me about any of it, because she thought you were just going through a phase.
Is this really you, Ben?
I'm really happy to see that you love me so much as your brother, but I didn't think that you being so close would cause you to become so toxically jealous of Faye. Therefore, to make sure you never come near her again, you won't be seeing the two of us ever again. We are both going to put a lot of distance between ourselves and you.
Wait a minute, Ben. There's no reason for even you to want to run away from me.
Oh, come on now, Monica. I can't deal with your crap anymore. You really think I'm going to let you continue to pick on my beautiful wife like that? For the rest of time? I think this is the perfect time for us to go our separate ways. So thank you for being such a witch.
I don't want you leaving me. I don't want to lose my only brother.
Then get your butt over here and apologize to Faye. I want you on your hands and knees apologizing for every single thing you did to her. Can you do that for me?
What?
Thank you so much for being a close and cute little sister to me. But how things are with you now? You're not cute anymore, and you shouldn't be acting like such a baby. It's actually creepy as hell. And the fact that you still get so jealous that you begin to harm others over me, it's wrong. So very wrong for someone your age.
What do you mean wrong? I have loved you ever since I first laid my eyes on you, Ben. And now you're married to someone that isn't me. What's so bad about me being jealous of her having you more than I can have you?
I'm starting to agree with Mom and Faye. You need to find yourself a hobby or something. Then, you'll probably forget about me, and maybe even find yourself a man of your own.
I can't do that. I've never wanted any hobbies, and that's why I don't have any friends right now.
Then I guess your only option is to stay a lonely person forever, and die that way. You're never going to be cared for by Mom and Dad again. And you'll never see Faye or I again either. So go ahead, and get started on your life of being forever alone, will you?
Ben!
You may not have noticed, but I'm very upset with you. When I heard that you wanted to ruin my wedding with Faye by destroying her dress, I just lost it. Have a good one, Monica. I hope someday you'll be able to forget about me and find a man of your own that'll want to be around you.
Monica ended up being kicked out of her parents' house, and she's now living in a small apartment by herself in town. But it seems that not having her brother around her anymore has really taken a toll on her. So when she gets home from work, she just sits on the couch staring blankly at her TV that she never switches on. As for Dina, she's told me that she'd really love to have a wedding of her own held in her garden. So right now, we're both working hard on her garden to make it all beautiful for the day we throw her a wedding here. Even Ben is working with us to make sure things are set up for her big day. And he's even started to call catering companies and helping hands to get the show on the road. And while that's all going on and I have a day off from the garden, I'll watch Dina's YouTube channel of her working in her garden while sewing up a new pattern on her next wedding dress. Congratulations on getting married, Natalia. I hope that you and my little brother Ty have a wonderful life together.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being there for us, Violet.
I should be thanking you as well, though. I'm also very happy that I've now got myself a very cute little sister. So I hope that you two continue to be very close and happy with one another.
Oh, we will forever. So now that I'm family, do you mind if I ask you some things? I really want to know what university you ended up graduating from and what kind of work you do as your profession.
Huh? You want to know about my education and what I do for a living?
I think we should know more about each other in order to grow closer as sisters now. And I haven't heard anything about you in your life yet. Ah, and of course, you can ask more about me if you'd like. I'll tell you right now that I've graduated from Notre Dame.
Actually, I already knew about that from what my brothers told me. He told me that from a very young age, you've been very bright and you got a full-ride scholarship into Notre Dame.
Oh, come on. He shouldn't have to talk me up that much. But anyway, what university did you end up graduating from, Violet? I see that you're pretty good at speaking Chinese, so maybe you graduated from a university over there or something?
I'm sorry that you've gotten your hopes up. In reality, I never graduated from high school. I never even made it out of high school, so university never happened for me.
What? Like, high school dropout? Ty's older sister is a high school dropout? The girl that I'm calling my sister now is a high school dropout?
I'm sure that's a pretty big surprise for you, huh? Ever since I was little, I had always wanted to become a pro soccer player. And so after a year in high school here in the States, I left and went to a vocational school overseas to play soccer. But, of course, I never made it very far after a few years of playing soccer, and So now I'm just your average office worker.
Wait a minute, Violet. What are you talking about? I never heard about that story from anyone. You dropped out of high school and played soccer overseas? And you were trying to become a pro soccer player? Are you telling me you chose to leave school so that you could do something as meaningless as that?
Even if it did end up having little meaning, I was chasing after the dream I had back then. At the time, there weren't many schools or teams here in the US that I could go to play soccer on a high level. And so going overseas to an all-women's vocational school was my best bet.
But even then, dropping out of high school to go overseas is... I can't believe that you never graduated high school or college. And you didn't even get to make it to your dream and have to work as an office worker now? That's the perfect formula for you to be a complete loser in this society, right?
When you think of it like that, I can see why you'd think of me that way.
No, wait. I can't be with someone like that. I'm taking back what I said earlier about you. I don't want to become closer to you like a sister anymore, Violet.
Huh? Natalia?
I've always hated idiots and anything that has to do with them. Idiots have always been annoying in school and everything, so I can only be with people that are smart, and that's it. Yet, now you're telling me that you're an idiot as well? I cannot deal with this kind of crap anymore. It's like I've been stabbed in the back.
Stabbed in the back?
This is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Do you get it now? Don't you ever come close to me ever again, okay? I do not want my education at Notre Dame to be ruined by some high school dropout thinking that she can make conversation with me.
Huh?
Now I have to go. After this, never try talking to me again.
I think you've already heard everything now, right? About how my daughter and your brother have gotten married, right? Now your family and mine are one happy family. But I never thought this would be how you and I came to meet again. This world is quite small if you ask me.
You have that right. I'm in the same boat as you, thinking that I never expected to meet you again in this way. I seriously couldn't believe that Natalia's mother would be the woman that cared for me long ago.
And even now, I'd like you to think of me as someone that's here for you to care whenever you need it. What's funny is that ever since Natalia was a little girl, she had always wanted a bigger sister to be around. I know that you're all older now, but please treat her as your little sister and be close to one another.
Well, if I can make that happen, I'd love to. But just a little bit ago, I think I made her hate me.
Huh? What do you mean you made her hate you? Did something happen between you two?
Well, nothing really happened between us besides her learning about my past. I happened to tell her that I was a high school dropout back in the day. And for some reason, she did not take hearing that very well. She told me that she hates idiots a lot.
What? I am so sorry for what my little girl said to you. I never thought she'd say something so rude to you.
No worries, I'm used to things like that, so it's no skin off my back. Every once in a while, I get told that I'm an idiot for never finishing high school and things like that. And I have to take responsibility for the life I chose since there's no one else I should be blaming.
I know this might sound like me defending what she did, but Natalia does have a pretty big status for getting a full ride to Notre Dame. But that's the only thing she can take pride in since growing up. She was never good at anything besides studying. She couldn't really play any sports, and when it came to arts, she was hopeless. She learned that books were the only thing she could manage and made studying her whole life.
Well, even if that's all she's been good at, it's amazing how well she's done. She was able to study really hard and land that scholarship for a really well-renowned school.
Yes, and we respect her for putting in all that effort to make it there. And we had hoped that by her going off to a really nice school, she'd be able to change a bit. We really just wanted her to see that there's more to life than just studying, but I think her going to a school like that only made her worse about hating anything that isn't studying or higher education.
Really?
And this time she's even hating on people for their educations. She really has turned into a pretty embarrassing young woman for doing something as petty as that. My husband and I have tried so hard to tell her that one's education isn't everything, but she turns around every time saying that it is, and anyone beneath her in education is an idiot.
That really is a change for the worst, huh? And when you talk about one's educational past, mine is pretty bad. Not only did I not graduate high school, but I also failed at attaining my dream. I think being hated by Natalia is just going to be something that I have to live with from now on.
What are you saying, Violet? That is not true at all. You are not just some loser for not being able to become a pro soccer player. I think it's amazing that you went overseas on your own to try and make it big in the soccer world. And so I'll never think of you as someone less than amazing.
Huh? You're talking about me?
I am. You really have been such an inspiration to me. So to me, it's a real shame that you and my daughter aren't getting along too well right now. You can leave Natalia to me, okay? I'll try my best to make sure that she knows just how awesome of a person you really are.
What were you thinking, Natalia? Let me back into your guys' wedding hall. You sent me that invitation and I already RSVP'd to your wedding as well as brought along a gift for you. Why did you think it was okay to kick me out of there like that?
I don't like you, so it's fair for me to kick you out, right? This is my wedding, and I don't need some high school dropout coming in here to mess it up. So, to keep my wedding from going under due to you, get lost and go back home or something.
What? You act like I could ruin your wedding, but I haven't even done anything. I just want to be here to celebrate my brother and you having your wedding today.
But just having someone with no education here is making the atmosphere unbearable. Just by sitting in this building, you'll cause my whole wedding to fall apart.
Excuse me?
Also, the only people allowed in my wedding are those that at least graduated from high school. Actually, everyone here has graduated from university. All my friends here came from Notre Dame like me, and all my coworkers and bosses are from other well-known universities. And, of course, both Thea and I and all of his friends and coworkers are from high-level universities as well. So, the only one that was being an embarrassment was you, the idiot dropout.
I don't think being a dropout is anything to be embarrassed about, though. And I feel that a lot of the other people there feel the same way.
Really? Everyone knows that those that couldn't graduate from high school are disgusting and stupid. You may think you are someone for having chased after those big dreams you had, but dropping out of school is still dropping out. You have less of an education than even some monkeys have, and that's just embarrassing. And having you around here would only cause trouble for the rest of my guests today.
Natalia...
I'm tired of talking to you, so hurry up and go away. Even my parents are asking that you leave this place and stay away. So get out of here, you uneducated idiot. This is not the place for someone with an IQ under 90 to be spending their time.
Well, then we'll have to leave this wedding as well.
Huh?
Once again, you are out here trying to judge people only by their education and nothing else. And as your mother, I cannot go another minute watching you act like a complete child. So if you want to say those things about Violet, then I have no choice but to go home with her.
Huh? Why are you talking to me now, Mom? This is just a conversation for me and Violet.
I was wondering why I hadn't seen Violet anywhere and thought that I needed to go looking for her. And so while making a lap around the outside of the hall, I found her all alone sitting on some steps. I asked her what was wrong and she told me everything as well as showed me you guys' conversation.
But why are you saying that the both of you are going to go home together? That girl is the only one at this whole wedding that's uneducated and stupid. So I'm telling her to go home before she becomes even more of an embarrassment and ruins my whole wedding. I'm not being a jerk or anything by kicking her out. I'm the bride, and it's totally fine of me to ask her to leave before she destroys my wedding.
I understand that Violet never graduated high school. When compared to someone who went to Notre Dame with a full-ride scholarship, her education is near nothing. But she is anything but an idiot, Natalia. If you think she is based off her education, then that makes two of us then. Actually, you'd be calling a lot of people that are here at your wedding idiots.
Huh?
If you really hate all of us idiots that much, then we'll all just go home. If you're going to kick Violet out for that reason, then I want you to kick everyone else that's an idiot to you out. Then you and your husband can have that wedding all by yourselves.
Stop talking about such nonsense, Mom. You think everyone else is an idiot like her? There's no way that could be possible. Why are you on her side right now anyway, Mom? I'm telling you right now, there's nothing to gain for being her friend right now, Mom.
Nothing to gain?
Mom, you are the #1 person that I look up to, okay? You graduated from the same university as me, and when you were young, you had a wonderful career of going all over the world to work. So when you ask me who the woman is that I look up to, I say that's my mom. So don't tell me that you're an idiot like Violet is.
And the reason I've become such a huge inspiration to you is because of what Violet has done for me. It's because of her being around me all those years that I strive to do great work.
Huh?
When you say that I worked all over the world, that makes me feel good and sound cool. But when you ask me, I'd say all that work was tough and horrible for me. I didn't think that I'd have to do that much work all the time, and the stress kept me from eating a lot of the time. But because there was someone in the neighborhood that was just a little girl working so hard to achieve her dream, it made me try my best as well. It's because of what Violet had strived for that I've made it to where I am today.
Mom?
I'm telling you right now that Violet is not the type of woman I'll let you make fun of. She was the girl that helped keep me in line while working overseas and everything. So telling me that she has nothing to offer is the biggest joke that I've ever heard out of your mouth.
Now just wait, Mom. Settle down a little, please. Huh? Are you saying that you both knew each other while overseas?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Right after she had entered her first year of high school, she was accepted onto a youth team in China at one of the schools there. And during that time that she was over there, I moved into the house next door to her dorm and we both started to talk. I hadn't really studied a whole lot of Chinese, so it was hard for me to work. I was at the point of wanting to quit my job there and come back to the States. But while I was thinking that, I ran into her while she was covered in sweat after practice, and we talked about our lives there.
Huh? Is that so?
Oh, she was so amazing and cheerful. She told me that in her case, she had a hard time speaking to the other teammates as well, but still did her best to get the job done. And no matter how hard it was for her to feel at home, she kept looking towards her goal of one day moving on from that school and becoming pro. Seeing a girl like that, way younger than me at the time, that moment is something I'll never be able to forget.
And that's what all helped you get stronger.
Yes, because after our first time meeting, we'd slowly started to grow closer to one another. After I finished work, I'd go see her games and cheer for her, and we'd both go out for dinner a lot. She was the one thing that helped me feel stronger in a land where I could barely speak the language well enough. Really, she saved me from giving up.
You guys were that close over there? You never told me any stories about how you met a girl like that.
I didn't think I'd have to tell you. And at the time, you were back here with your dad in elementary school. I didn't want to start telling you about some 16-year-old girl I met while I was on the phone with you.
I get that, but...
Also, when she ended up coming back to the US, I didn't really want to talk about her dream never coming true. Really, I didn't want to think about how much that must have hurt for her. To me, I always loved thinking that she did achieve one dream, and that's being able to play for a soccer team overseas.
Wait, what?
I mean, how many people do you know that are 16 years old and break free from their normal life to go play for a team in a country that they can't speak the language in? And before she went back to the US, she became one of the best players on that team. To me, she did an amazing job going after the dreams she had. Really, had she not torn her ACL that final year, I'm sure she would have made it big. It was because of that injury that she had to go back to the US and be finished.
What?
I never thought once that Violet was ever any kind of idiot. I have to ask you this, Natalia. Is there anyone else at your wedding that could go out of their comfort zone and do what she'd done? She wasn't able to speak much Chinese then, and she was only in her teens and on her own. It's mind-boggling that she was able to do all of that at such a young age. And for a few years, she did an amazing job on that team and became a great player. So tell me right now, how many people at your wedding have done the same thing as her?
That's...
So if you're saying there's nobody else that's done the same as her, then they're all worse than her. Well, that must mean that we are all, you and I included, weak-willed compared to the strength she has. But if you still think you're somehow better than her in every way, you show me right now what you can do that makes you better. If you can't show me in 10 minutes, then you will never call Violet an idiot again.
Mom? I think that I may have been a little mistaken about a few things.
Mistaken, huh? All I've seen from you is you acting out like you 100% thought you were right. Actually, you've been doing it all this time, making fun of people for their educational backgrounds. I don't even want to think of you as my daughter. That's how far you've fallen from me. I can see there's no reason for me to be at this wedding today, so I'm going home right now.
You're lying, right? Mom? Do you not want to see your daughter in her fabulous wedding dress?
I'd rather see a pig wearing a wedding dress instead of you. Goodbye now. If you plan to be upset with me for this, then you can save it for when I'm done with you. I'm so sorry for what happened today. My daughter was so rude that it's made me sweat with rage.
No worries. Actually, I'm really glad that you stood there with me that upset at her. So please don't feel that you have to apologize to me.
I really am proud of what you accomplished when you were younger, and it made a huge difference in my life. So because of how you were treated today by her, I'll never forgive anything she's done. I'm still really worked up even now. I really want to go back to watching your games right about now.
Then next time, do you want to come see a game? To tell you the truth, I've become a coach for a kids team now and do it as a volunteer. And from time to time, I join them to play a little myself. I may be an adult now, but I've still got what it takes to play hard, so next time you should come and watch me.
What? That would be awesome! I'd love to spend an afternoon watching one of the practices or games.
And when you come, do the same as you've done in the past and cheer me and the team on. Actually, I really love hearing you on the sideline going nuts over me.
I'll do my best for you. Even though I may be a simple lady, I have a very large voice that can carry for miles. So I'll make sure to cheer you on again with that same voice.
This is the worst right now. Because of you, that whole wedding was ruined. Because of you taking my mom home with you, everything started to go downhill. Why would you do something like that to me?
I only went home because you had asked me to. It wasn't me that forced your mom to come with me. So I think you're mistaken yet again for trying to blame me here.
Shut up! If you had known my mom from before, you should have told me about that sooner! Why did you keep all that a secret from me?
I didn't know if it'd been okay to tell you about us. Her and I never talked to one another again after China, and so I never really thought about her again until we met just recently. All of that stuff happened like 15 years ago now. But I have to say that I'm really glad that she stood up for me.
Let me just tell you this, but don't think that you're any better now that my mom's on your side. You're still just a stupid high school dropout. Although somehow you got my mom to respect you. But to me, you're still just an uneducated buffoon.
Well, you can say what you want about me.
You don't even work in a high-level company like me, do you? You are literally a waste to this society.
Huh? So working for a high-level company makes you respectable then? Well then that must mean I can be respected by you still.
Huh?
Actually, with all the experience I had with sports and sports management, I'm working for a popular company that excels in sports-related content. And on top of that, I'm a manager for the company. And due to that, I'm like how your mom was back in the day and am going from country to country getting my work done.
Yo, you're a manager there? You are? There's no way a dropout could become a manager. I graduated from an excellent school and I'm still only a base level employee.
Oh, you're still only base level there? I understand that I am a bit older than you, but only by a little. I had assumed you'd at least be in some managerial position by now, but I guess I was wrong about that. I think you're moving up in that company slower than most people.
What? Just because you may have gotten promoted already doesn't mean you can talk to me like that. I still have my education that is far superior to yours, so you have nothing on me.
Oh, is that so? You're still better even though I got hired in as a manager without even graduating high school? How could that be?
You're asking me how? You already know why. Because I still have a better education and will soon be a manager here as well. But you also know that work is a different thing, right? You can only get so far with educational experience, but in the workforce, they also care about how well you can do your job.
Wow. So you actually do understand how the world works after all. Just as you've said, your education is nothing more than just an education. Even if you happen to have had good scores and all that, it doesn't really matter when it comes to moving up in the workplace. You really do get that.
Huh?
You just said it yourself, right? The workplace and education are two different things. Even if you try as hard as you can to make yourself seem important because of the education you have, work experience and your character are what get you places. You understand all that, right?
No, wait,
Well, if that's the case, then you can stop calling me an idiot for not graduating from high school when we're both employed now. I am in a better position than you are now, and at a very popular company, so you trying to ride the idea that you're still better than me due to your education is just pathetic. Now, I really do have to be going. I have a match that I have to coach today, so I'm pretty busy. After our discussion, Natalia and my brother had a talk, and he told her he really does love her, but her attitude of looking down on others due to their education was not going to fly. And that if she ever did it again, they'd be done. And when she went to her parents to ask for help about that, they both told her that they didn't want to see her face. And so Natalia was then kicked out of her parents' house. Because of that, Natalia began to go on a tirade about why everyone loved and supported me because of playing soccer and doing all of that. And because of that, she thought she could make herself better than me by joining her company's rec soccer team, but in her first match with her company, she fell down hard and broke her leg. And now that she has to stay home for 2 months to recover from her injury, her chances of moving up in the company only grow farther out of reach. As for Angelica and I, we've started going out together for coffee and food. And from time to time, she'll come out to some soccer games to cheer my kids on. Every time she comes, she just gets into a real fighting mood and will cheer nonstop for us, making all the kids really happy when they see her.
Celine, are you there? I have some huge news that I just have to tell you right now. Xavier and I got married! Can you believe it?
Wait, what? Cassidy, what are you talking about? What do you mean that you and Xavier are married now?
I knew that it would shock you. But now this means that I can finally have my dream life of being a housewife. I won't ever have to have a job or work, and I'll just get to hang out at home all day. It'll be so amazing.
But you can't really be serious about this, right? Cass, please tell me that this is some kind of prank that you're pulling on me?
What do you mean? You do remember just who I'm talking about, don't you? I'm talking about the same Xavier that you were married to, but then I stole him away from you and you've been all alone ever since, remember?
But I mean, I haven't heard from you at all since you did that to me. It's been 3 whole years since we last talked. And I had no idea that you and Xavier were still together at all, but I guess you two are married now? I really just didn't see this coming today at all, if I'm being honest.
Well, I just wanted to say that I really am sorry for what I did back then. But I remember when I did, you kept trying to bug us with all your fake threats about suing us for seeing each other while you and him were still married. Do you remember how mad you were? I mean, you were blowing up my phone so much that I finally went and got myself a new number. But now that 3 years have passed, so have the statute of limitations for you being able to sue us. So I figured it was safe to finally reach out to you again.
So basically, you were just hiding from me so that you wouldn't have to be punished for what you did? That's why you didn't talk to me for 3 whole years? All because it was still part of your plan to get away with stealing my husband from me?
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. When you put it like that, it makes me sound really bad. I mean, I think it's kind of clever on my part, to be honest. I planned it out, looked up the laws, and I was able to steal your husband right from under your nose and get away with it, too. I don't have to pay you a dime either. I basically pulled off the perfect heist.
And in the meantime, you ruined countless relationships, not just my marriage, but even our own relationship, Cass. But if you're reaching out to me to tell me this, I wonder if you've also told Jeremy, who you were dating, before you got with Xavier?
Jeremy? Oh, whoa, I totally forgot about him! Man, you have a really, really good memory, sis. Do you know that? I mean, he had completely fallen off the map for me, if I'm being perfectly honest.
You're kidding me. You and him were together for so long before you did what you did to us both.
Yeah, sure, but that's all in the past now, and I don't really have to dwell on all the men I've ever seen in my life. Especially a loser like him. Just why do you think I traded up to get your husband from you instead? I mean, I didn't even save his number when I got my new phone, so I certainly haven't told him about Javi and I's marriage.
How could you say that about such a nice man? I thought he was really lovely. If anyone is the loser, it's you for ditching such a nice man to steal your own sister's husband. I still don't get how you could do that to me and Jeremy. You really are just horrible. Do you know that? Why did you even bother reaching out to me after all this time?
Now it all comes out. I knew that you were still sore about this. Oh man, it really is funny watching you get so upset over text. You're just mad because you are outsmarted by your little sister and abandoned by your husband. Admit it.
What is even the point of this conversation? What do you want? Did you just want to reach out to me to make me upset and insult me?
Of course not. I just wanted to let you know that Javi and I are still together. The real thing that I wanted to bring to you about is that he's working for a huge company right now and I don't have to do a thing. Just think about it. If you were still married to Javi, then you could be living my life. But you aren't. I remember when I was with Jeremy, he had just transferred out of his old job to some new one at a really lame place. They weren't even going to pay him that much, but he wanted it for the vacation time that he would get. I knew then that I could never be with a man who didn't have the same ambitions as me.
But you know that Jeremy's old job was really hard on him. I mean, you were always complaining about how late he worked. There were even times when he collapsed on the job because of how exhausted he was. Of course he would want something with more time off. And just what ambitions are you talking about? You literally just want to marry rich so you don't have to do any work.
You have no idea what it was like being with Jeremy. Besides, if I'm not going to be with a man who doesn't make a lot of money, then there's just no point in being with him at all. And just what is wrong with my ambitions? Everyone knows that a woman's place is in the house anyways. I just so happened to want to make sure that my house was a really nice one and that I would never have to worry about money again.
You really are just delusional. Do you know that?
Don't be mad at me just because I saw what I wanted and took it. I know the real reason you're upset is because you knew that Javi had this potential in him and I stole him from you. Ever since then, you've had to go out and look for another rich man. I was lucky since you went out and did all the hard work of finding him for me. And now I have a husband with a bright, bright future ahead of him and I won't ever have to worry about a thing in my life again.
Is that really all you think a marriage is about? How much money your husband makes? I mean, is that the only reason that you and Xavier have been together this long?
I am not even going to begin to try and describe to you the level of strategy and planning that I'm operating on. My mind is like an enigma that you couldn't even begin to unravel. But it certainly does help that I'm the cute younger sister. You might have been okay as a housewife, but I certainly look better doing it.
You know, when I was with Xavier, anytime I asked him to help around the house or said anything that he saw as a complaint, he would always yell at me. He would get upset and told me that I was lucky to have him and that I should just shut up and go along with what he wanted.
Well, he never ever treats me like that. Probably because he sees me as his beautiful bride and not like the maid that you were to him. He even gives me plenty of spending money whenever I ask for it.
Oh, well, good for you then, Cass.
Oh, come on, don't be upset just because my life is so much better than yours. I know that your life really sucks right now, but I'm sure that it'll get better one day when you find the right person. But until then, just know that I'm loving my life with your ex-husband.
You really think that my life sucks right now? What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, please. You don't have to pretend like it isn't true for my sake. I mean, you had it all. You were living the housewife's dream, and then I took it from you. Then you had no home, no job, no nothing. I completely ruined your whole life. And it's only been 3 years. I'm sure that your life is still in complete shambles ever since I did what I did to you.
Well, you really shouldn't be making those kinds of assumptions because I'm actually in the best place that I've ever been. So I'm glad that you took Xavier from me because now I'm able to live how I want and I'm really enjoying life. Anyways, if you could not waste my time with stupid texts like this, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Celine, what is the matter with you? Why aren't you responding to me at all? I sent you a bunch of pictures from my wedding and you haven't said a single word to me.
Well, yeah, I asked you to stop talking to me, remember? So why would I respond to you if I had already told you that I didn't want to talk to you?
But you don't get it. I don't have anyone else that I can brag about this to. Everyone still remembers that I stole Javi from you, so nobody wanted to help us celebrate our wedding. Even when I tried showing photos to my friends, the messages were just left on not delivered, so I think a bunch of people have blocked me. Even our parents haven't said anything to me. You're the only person that I can talk to about this at all.
Right. Well, if everyone else has blocked you, maybe I should just go ahead and do the same thing then.
Wait, no, you can't do that. I mean, if I don't have you to talk to, then who am I supposed to brag about my amazing life to? Please, you can't do this. Even though it was small, it really was an amazing wedding. You have to be there so that I can send you messages about how great my life is. Don't you want to hear about just how amazing my wedding was?
What are you even talking about, Cassidy?
I'm talking about how now that Javi and I are married, we're going to move in together and he's already gotten this really huge, amazing condo, and I want to brag to people about it and they're blocking me.
And just why on earth do you think that I would want to subject myself to any of that coming from you? I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised about your wedding. I really didn't know that many people had blocked you over this.
Well, they all just make assumptions about my marriage, all because it's your ex-husband. That's why I told Javi that he had to make sure that our wedding was even better than the one that you two had. I thought that if it was this huge, even that a bunch of people would show up, but nobody did. But a bunch of Javi's family and friends showed up, so that was nice of them at least.
Wow, that would honestly really depress the hell out of me if I didn't have my loved ones at my wedding.
Well, I wasn't sad in the slightest. I mean, it just meant that there was more room and food for everyone else to enjoy themselves. Who cares if none of my family or friends were there?
Do you really feel that way? You don't have to pretend for me. I really don't care either way.
Of course I feel that way. It was a great wedding, and now I finally get to live my dream life of being a housewife. I don't have to work, and I can do fun stuff around the house all day, like sitting and pacing. Sometimes I even get to go out and do some shopping so that I can cook dinner. It really is the dream. Yeah, This is what I always wanted. It's a much more fulfilling life than you have, I bet.
Yeah, it sounds like you're only doing things that I've only dreamed of.
That's right. I'm sure that you're basically on the edge of being homeless every day. You wish that you had the luxuries that I do. But I suppose most people would probably kill to be in my shoes right now. I mean, you really must be living in some kind of pathetic little shack or something. Maybe you have a bunch of roommates and you all have to take turns using that one toilet. But I guess that's just how poor people with no money have to live their lives. Thank goodness that isn't me. I could never.
Can you please stop making so many baseless assumptions about my life? You seriously have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry. You probably don't even have a real place. You probably just work at some factory and go sleep in the factory housing or something. Maybe you have to put in quarters in the showers because you don't even have your own bathroom at all. Oh man, that's so funny to think about. Imagine how horrible that must be. Oh man, that's so funny. I think I could cry.
What in the world makes you think any of what you're saying about me is true?
Well, it has to be. I mean, you're still not married, so there's no way your life is anything but that. You're just a sad, pathetic loser, and that's all you will ever be until you get married again. And until that day comes, you'll just be living in your sad little shack with all your sad little roommates from your sad little factory job. You're like some kind of adult Oliver Twist, but you're still in your 30s, and you're still not married. Oh man, I am seriously laughing so much that my stomach is hurting.
Seriously? What is the matter with you? Are you really laughing so hard at your own messed up delusions?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that one day someone is going to want to marry a divorced old hag like you. As if, right? One of these days you'll have to tell me all about your sad, pathetic little life.
Well, for starters, my sad, pathetic house costs $1 million, so...
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the condo where I live downtown. I'm sure that it might not compare to the kinds of McMansions that you see out in the suburbs, but I'm very, very happy with it. The location and size and everything is just about perfect for me. Not to mention it's right by the coast, so I get to wake up to sea breeze and an ocean view every morning.
But wait, your house costs $1 million? That doesn't make any sense at all. How can someone like you afford to live there? There's no way that some sad little assembly line job can get you a place like that. How can you afford to live right on the coast? That isn't fair.
I already told you that you had no idea what you were talking about in the slightest. But 3 years ago, when Xavier left me for you, I decided to go and start my own business. It took a lot of work and effort, but now I'm valued at millions of dollars.
Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. How can that be? I had no idea that you went and started your own business. This can't be right. You're lying to me. I just know it.
Do you really think that I would lie to you about something like this?
Of course you are. There's no way that any of that is true at all. I refuse to believe that you've done so well for yourself. I mean, I stole your husband and he was supposed to be your ticket to the good life. There's no way that you made it so far all by yourself. You're not supposed to do that.
Why not? Because I was a housewife when I was married to Xavier? Well, while I was in the house all day, I was working hard to perfect my craft as a graphic designer. I posted my work on a bunch of places and managed to save up a fair bit for myself by the time that you and Xavier ran off together.
And now you've gone and made all that money just being a graphic designer?
Well, you remember how I was always into artsy things when I was little, right? Well, I had so much time around the house that I wanted to get back into art, and I really worked at my skill. Xavier would always get mad at me for doing it since he thought I could never make any real money from it, but I guess it shows what he knows.
So then what? You're some kind of professional, full-time artiste or something? And you make hundreds of thousands of dollars?
No, nothing like that. I did try and self-publish a couple of things at first, but it never really went anywhere. Although my work was good enough to catch the eyes of some people who invested into my company when I started it. And now it's a huge success.
So then you're really the head of your own illustration company?
I am, although I can't really say that I have all that many employees or anything. But we all work together on really big projects that bring in a lot for us. In fact, your ex-boyfriend Jeremy even works for me. I don't think we would have gotten as far as we did in our job without him, to be honest.
Wait a second, what? Are you kidding me? Does Jeremy really work for you?
That's right. I felt so bad for the way you treated him, but remember that he was also a really good artist. So when I started my company, I reached out to him and asked if he'd like to come and work for me. He said he'd love to since he was having such a hard time finding work after you left him. And ever since I hired him, he's been basically my best employee ever since.
But I had no idea that someone like Jeremy was any good at anything.
Well, he really is. I think he's actually making something like $100,000 a year or so now.
He's really making that much money. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, he's always punctual and quick to turn in his work. All of our clients are fighting over him. He's a solid pillar of my company as by himself, so I make sure that he's well paid. And thanks to him, we've been attracting even more larger clients who are all hoping to have the Jeremy touch to their project. I think we even recently took a contract from the company that Xavier works for.
Oh, wait a second. Are you serious? You're really working with Javi's company right now? But they're huge. They could work with anyone they wanted to.
That's right. But I guess the CEO really liked our work, and so he signed us on for a huge ad campaign.
I don't believe it. I really just don't know what to say at all. You started your own company and now you're doing so well. Not only that, but you hired my ex-boyfriend who was making $100,000 a year. That's even more than he was making at his old job.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Darn, now that I think about it, I really should have gone to your wedding after all. You said that a bunch of Xavier's coworkers were there, right? Was the CEO?
Yes, he was actually. Javi is a really good employee and he wanted to make a good impression, so he invited the CEO of his company.
Well, shoot, I should have gone to formally meet him. We've been chatting over email for some time now. But I guess then I would have been the only person on your side of the wedding who would have shown up, right? That would probably be pretty awkward.
Sis, I can't be with Javi anymore. You can have him back.
What are you talking about? Why would I ever take Xavier back? Why would you even think that I want him back?
Fine, whatever. Don't take him back. I don't care. I just need to get with Jeremy. He makes way more money than Javi does.
Well, I really don't think that Jeremy wants anything to do with you at all.
What are you talking about? You don't think he'll take me back? He's still totally obsessed with me, isn't he?
I really don't think so. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's already engaged to be married, in fact.
Hold on, what? You have to be kidding me. I already told Javi that I wanted a divorce. We already signed the paperwork for it.
Wait, what? You've already split up with Xavier? Are you crazy or something?
It's true. I really thought that Jeremy would still be all lonely and depressed without me. When you told me that he was such a successful artist, I thought it was because he was so depressed. I mean, that's why artists are good, right? I figured he must have still been upset over losing me, and that's why his art was so good, so I was sure he would take me back.
Oh, well, that's stupid of you. I'm pretty sure he's doing so well because I gave him a second chance at life and he's engaged. His art is coming from a good place, if you ask me.
But what am I supposed to do? I already packed up my bags and I'm living in a hotel now. I was going to reach out to Jeremy and tell him that I'm ready for him to take me back whenever. I don't have enough money to stay here forever.
Dang, well, those all sound like you problems. In fact, I never want you to come to me with any of your problems or bragging again. I'm going to do what I should have done a long time ago and block you.
No, wait, you can't do this to me. please don't leave me. You're all I have left.
I heard through the grapevine that after Cassidy left him, Xavier's performance plummeted, and soon he was sent to work in the boiler room of his company, far away from any chance at promotion. As for Cassidy, she had to quickly sell a bunch of her stuff and move into a new place. I hear that she's sharing a one-bedroom apartment with 5 other people, and they all have to share a single toilet. As for Jeremy, he continues to be my star artist and even invited me to his wedding, which I wait to attend. As for myself, business is going along as usual. I do always feel bad that Cassidy and I could never patch things up, but I just couldn't stand her interfering in my life anymore.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.